Hello guys, Frost here. So today we're looking into defenders and all the different types, how we should be gearing them, and yeah. So when we have defenders, normally the job of the defender is to take damage and not really dish out a lot of it. And now they're because we have a variety and many of them, they all have different kits, different utilization, and yeah, some are like way different, like constants. Some are a bit different, I don't know, like Livian, and then we have like special one like Colag. But they all have their specialties. Like the most unique one is maybe Titus. But yeah, so to quickly go over them, like we have the defender types, so they have just the defense in their kit, and they cannot provide any additional utility. So that's like Colag. So he has shield and he has more shield. Now, when he reaches Awakening 5, then he can boost his shield on the adjacent allies. So yeah, that's some of a help that he can do, but that's just physical damage reduction, just to be noted. Okay, so that is our favorite and probably one of the most used and the best things that we have. So then we would have someone like Baron, who as well doesn't provide much of a benefit unless he buffs himself with a shield. He does damage when the shield explodes, and then he has the Undying. So a lot of really good tanks have the Undying, and that's like Baron is the one, and then we have Brokir, like he's the best tank for, I don't know, probably most of the content. You have the niches in all areas, but he's one of the best tanks. And then he can self heal. He can produce the extra HP on demand. So like damage on demand is better than damage sometimes over the type of the fight. So you want it when you know you're gonna take a lot of damage. And then there's like some additional stuff that he can do, but mainly he's there for becoming immune, and then he can do the freeze on himself. So yeah, but he's like the most overpowered, because he can freeze the enemies as well. So he not only has two types of buffing himself, so he's same like Baron. So he can give himself HP, and then he is immune to damage. Brokir does it for a longer period of time, immune to damage, and then better shield. And then on top of that, he has this that receive damage has chance to inflict freeze on enemies. So he has CC on top of everything else that Baron has. So of course he's like, yeah, the Omega good one. And then the talent. I mean, yeah, we all know he's like the best. Really good one is Regulus. Like his only downside is his Watcher faction, but he recently buffed it. This is not a big thing. I mean, it's not giving him as much. But periodic rage regen, it's okay. Then we have the shield buff, and then sharing the damage. That can be useful, so he not only buffs himself but the allies around him. And then he can stun, so again CC, and there's the immunity. So same thing like Brokir, similar to him. So he can CC, he has immunity, and he can buff HP on demand. He doesn't have a talent, but he can help his allies here. So bit of a difference, of course, but similar kit in general. And then we have someone like Constance. She's a healer, so she's straight on sort of healer. All of her kit is like healing, and then there's this useless thing that nobody should care. If like you're blocking the enemy, more damage is done. Like who cares? You know, that's gonna be minuscule anyway you look at it. But then she's Dolores on the ground, so that's pretty good. And depending on that, you can choose what gear you're gonna have on her and everything else. And then we have like lords. So all of the lords are really good here. Gun is amazing. Like he even does a lot of damage himself, so you can maybe build him on damage. Then King Hearts is like good tank and provides shields and really good lord bonus as well. I mean, all of them are providing very good lord bonuses. But then Cyrus, the one I wanted the most. But then I get him, of course. Like he can provide even minions, and like he's a range tank, so he can be placed behind tanks. So he can be second tank in 3 tank line. So he does a lot of damage. He has summons that do some damage, but they will mostly die. But they only can be attacked by one enemy. So that's good because they cannot be, when he spawns them, they don't get swarmed by 4 enemies and insta die. Like this, they can tank only one enemy as far as I've seen, and then they can dish out some damage themselves. Of course, his lord bonus, yeah. And yeah, then we have Tordor. He buffs himself, and then he has some stun, and then he can revive. He's like the weakest of the bunch, but he's still good and useful. And then we have like a lot of CC on them. And then when we are building them, we should be looking differently to build them. And then we have someone like Livian. I like Livian a lot. She has every 3 attacks, so she does a shield bounce. And then she's stunning them for 2 seconds. And that's good because in that way, you build her differently than Oleg. Oleg doesn't care about attack speed, just defense and HP. But then Livian wants to have a lot of attack speed, so she can stun. And then if you can see here, my guild defense that I stole from the other guys that were attacking us. So basically what they did is they went without proper healer. They used Constance to sort of heal a bit, but she's there mainly to inspire. Then you have 3 DPSs next to the tank and the semi-tank. And then because I have a Racha, I can use Ajax. She gets a Racha, then increases range until here, so he can attack while they're coming. Then Silas can kill what passes. And then we have Constance to boost inspiring. So increased attack for all of your allies. And then Hawaracha, she does low damage, but she has similar thing to stun, so she can ensnare. So a lot of attack speed on her, and then a lot of HP and defense on Livian, plus attack speed, so she can do her basic attacks and then stun as well. So when the unit is coming, Livian can start attacking from here, few attacks, and then a stun, and then she can ensnare, and he will do a bit of damage. Livian can still tank, but they should be able to kill much faster than the other and mitigate damage, so not take damage, because they are going to crowd control the mobs. So depending on that, you're choosing your tanks that you will be using depending on the usefulness, but mostly through the campaign and everything else, you just want to build HP and defense. In next video, we'll go over how actually I build my tanks, and to see what are the differences there, and what choices you can make, and what artifacts we can take, and stuff like that. Anyway, in the end, guys, when we catch them all, we still need to play the game, so keep some crystals for stamina. Don't spend all on summoning. It was hard. I spent everything on Hex and didn't get him. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one. Cheers. Bye bye.